Oh dear. And the screen share is all working fine, guys.
Oh yeah, that and I can just look on the stream.
All right. Well. Oh boy. So, anyways, hello everyone. GenmaTheSamurai here, and I am joined by.
Stupid StudiosN.
It is I, the Snive.
Oh dear. So I'm gonna give quick plugs for them in the chat if anyone here does not know them. I mean, you guys really know, but either way.
If you don't know, the question is, what's wrong with you?
You make a very good point, actually.
Yeah, Reggie. Come on.
You see, best villain right here, he gets it.
Megaman Soccer's no.
Nah.
Okay.
We're about that Megaman Minesweeper life, I'm afraid.
So here's the thing. This is like every single Mega Man game. Every single Mega Man game. We have over 100 games on this list. Guys, I'm pretty sure they're not going to all fit.
Oh, no,
we only have 4 slots.
I've made them fit.
You've made them fit? You tried it out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that helps.
It'll create a new route when it needs to. But yeah. So this is the plague I have wrought upon us. This tier list was my idea.
Well, technically, no. You sent it to me, and then I was like, "We have to do this."
I left something in the oven.
Oh, this is the stream where Snivey's house burns down. Oh goodness. So should we wait for him to like come back, or should we just? All right, we should start with the phone game, crud.
Okay, yeah. Do you want me to like just send you the just my D tier so that you can like see which ones are the
yeah.
Okay.
Because dear, I don't even know what half of these things even are.
And yeah, since we don't have Mega Man X Dive on the list, we can't say that there's at least some redeeming mobile games on here. Let's see.
Okay, I also gotta take a moment to talk about the fact that I'm assuming this says Mega Man 2 and this is Mega Man 3. I like how they're effectively the same box art.
Wait, which one?
Game Boy Mega Man 2 and Game Boy Mega Man 3.
Yes.
They look like they're basically the same box art. Like, he's doing the same pose. He's doing a freaking dab in both of these box arts.
I mean, that's the best way to, advertise your game, right?
Yeah, I mean, fair. Okay, I see it. Alright, so let's move this one right away.
Yeah, let's see.
You can explain what these are.
We have Mega Man Minesweeper, 2 mobile... Okay, from left to right, top to bottom. Mega Man Minesweeper, 2 games I don't know. Mega Man Rush Marine, a game I don't know about. Rockman Grand Prix, Rockman Solitaire, Rockman Poker, that Mega Man Dash mobile game, Rockman Pinball. I assume that's Mega Man Picross from the looks of it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh God, there's so many games.
6 mobile games I don't know about. Rockman Crossover, Mega Man, or Rockman Dash, another Mega Man Dash mobile game. Hatch-a-Slot Rockman, another mobile game I don't know about. The Battle Network arcade game. Let's see, Rockman Go Go, which is only
this is gonna be a test of my dying vision. Where the frick is that? There, that one. Okay.
Rockman Strategy, which is that Chinese-only strategy game. That some Mega Man Star Force game, I have no idea what it is. The 2 DOS games and that Battle Network game I don't know about. So there you go.
I like how there's a Mega Man Legends golf game. Like, Legends was so popular, supposedly they had to make
Mega Man Legends.
Mega Man Legends golf game. Where the frick is that garbage?
Let's see. I'm gonna look with you.
Dude, I swear. Okay.
Did they get rid of it? Was it that cursed of a game?
I don't know.
It should be around
It should be.
Oh wait, third row, third from the right. Okay, third row from the bottom, third item from the right. Yeah, down.
The second from. Oh, I see what you mean. There's that like
Damn
one
that.
hanging out down there. Okay. I'm just putting the mobile games in the bottom, Snivy, and I'm looking at his list and trying to figure out where the frick some of these are.
So which one are you on now? Oh, you're on the cross. That would be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, fourth row from the top, fourth from the right. From the right, Genma, not the left.
What do you mean four from the... Oh, from the right. Sorry, I was thinking move to the... Okay. Alright. This is the part... I'm also gonna have you guys screaming at me like, it's right there! It's right there!
This is just a Dora the Explorer episode, but with more frustration. Let's see, so... third row, yeah, that one.
Okay, I found that one pretty fast. Oh, orange, bright orange. Alright, if we can find more primary, or not primary, but like bright single colors, I'm good. Alright.
Well, unluckily for you...
There's a lot of blue.
I can't.
There's a lot of blue. Let's see where the
bottom row.
Is that it? Okay.
Yep.
Dude, I'm losing myself in like the list you sent too. Okay.
Well, hey, if it makes you feel any better, once we're done with the other games should be fairly self-explanatory.
Right.
Let's see. Bottom row. I think is that the bottom row? Yeah, bottom row. It's actually white on this one.
Oh.
Oh, it's transparent. That's the thing. That's weird.
That's weird.
Alright, it must have just found that image.
Megaman,
okay.
The poorly cropped Megaman crossover icon. Yeah.
Oh, that's what that is. I was gonna say that looked like... I wanted to say Duo for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, that is poorly cropped.
Okay, I knew where this one was, but it just
it
kept moving.
Let's see. Patch of slot is yeah, you literally just passed it.
Let's see. So what the heck, dude?
Third row. You literally just passed it.
Look. Oh, there.
I know.
Look.
I am going to give you crap until you find them. That's the most effective way.
Look, you can go and I find go. I don't know where the frick. It sounds like a Dora
Second row
thing
from
too.
the bottom.
I swear to God. Fine. Wait, no, that's Mega Man base. I mean, that should go there, but.
No, that's Mega Man base 2, actually.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they made one for the Wonder Swan.
There's a Mega Man in base 2?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, the main villain is like Mega Man from the future, not Dr. Wily for some weird reason.
Wait, so it's actually a different villain? Okay, hold up.
You're not putting it. You're not
We're
putting it. In
anyway, we're moving on. Anyway,
No. It's actually bad. Why? Not D tier worthy, but it's good.
Just on principle of Dr. Wily not being the bad guy. Alright, I'm moving it to D.
You are judging the story of a Mega Man game.
Okay, so, here we go. Games that actually matter. Alright. I guess.
So,
Alright, let's start with ones that I don't know what the frick they are.
Okay, Rockman Puzzle, the Puzzle Fighters. Put that in C tier because it actually looks decent. Bottom row. It's the one with the smooth. Yeah, that one. You're looking right at it. Yeah.
That's
C tier.
okay. Oh jeez. Okay, I'm just gonna move it up there so I can drag it easier. Okay. Alright.
Also, while you're at it, move Mega Man Base 2 down to C tier as well.
No. Okay. Fine. But that's also because I don't like classic Mega Man anyway.
You're very
Let's-
tsundere about this process.
Indeed. Anyway,
Street Fighter Cross Mega Man, put that in C tier as well. It's a fan game. It shouldn't really count, but
Wait, then why is it here?
because
I
it was
don't know,
officially
because the guy
sanctioned
put
by
it there.
Capcom.
So, oh yeah, that's right. It's a yeah.
Let's see. There's the 2 Battle Network mobile games that catch my eye. Yeah.
Oh, they?
Yeah,
That's
that
what
one
those
and
are.
Yeah, that one and the 1-2 over. That's
They
Phantom
have
of the
mobile
Network
games?
and Legend of the Network.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say the logos looked like Battle Network, but I had no idea what the heck they were. Okay. All right. You know what? On principle, them being Battle Network games, I'm just gonna slide them in front. Anyway.
This is a totally fair and not at all biased list by Getmo
Right,
here.
yeah, right. Okay, so Mega Man Soccer. I mean, that's one of the best ones. We should save that for later.
I was gonna say,
what is this? What is this?
Okay, that is Mega Man the Power Fighters.
Oh, I played that. Okay, no, I
This is Mega Man the Power Fighters for the Neo Geo Pocket. It is an 8-bit version
Anyway.
of the game you're thinking of.
So, anyway.
Fair enough. Honestly, you're not wrong. It's actually no. C tier would be fair.
Steph. Oh jeez. Okay, what
actually
the
makes a
heck
good
is
point.
this? What the heck is this? This looks
that
like
is the Mega Man Complete Works. It is the first 6 games, but for the PS1. I told you about this.
Oh. Okay, I'll save that.
I warned you about this, Gitma.
Okay. Well, look, I don't know what the image would be for that. It looked like a freaking Yu-Gi-Oh
it's-
thing or something at that resolution. I don't know.
I set
Okay.
this Mega Man face down and in my turn.
Yeah.
That's Rock Wily and Light's rock board. That's Paradise. That's
Oh,
the,
I thought it was
party-
Rock Boar. Is he like a pig? Okay.
That's the party game.
No,
That
fine.
never came over to the West.
Whatever. I'll just put it there. Whatever.
Reminder that when you put something in D tier, you're comparing it to all of those other mobile games. Just saying.
Putting it there. Okay. The frick is...
That's the racing game, which is actually pretty decent. So put it in B tier because I actually like it.
Putting it there for now. We'll talk about it later. I'm positive we will. Dude, there's like...
Okay, that's the one with the FMVs. You can put that in C tier because no one really cares about it.
What is it?
That's the one with like the animated cutscenes that actually look pretty cool.
Which... Okay.
That's Super Adventure Rockman.
I've never heard of this. Okay.
It's got like branching paths and stuff. It's pretty cool.
I guess I'll put it there. Sure. Okay.
It's by no means a Mega Man game, but it's interesting.
Okay. You know, I actually kind of know about this one, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
Let's
see.
Okay, this
Just put that
is
in C tier.
starting. Hold on, I'm trying to weed down to the ones I actually know about, so we can actually talk about. Let's see. I think we are getting there. Maybe we should move on to... Yeah, let's move on to the Game Boy ones, like the Game Boy.
Okay, let's see. Mega Man 2 for Game Gear belongs in C tier, but on the principle that it is really, really terrible. But not mobile game terrible.
Where's that?
Third row from the top, first on the left.
Oh.
I said the left. I keep saying the right, so I understand your confusion.
We still have 75
Wait,
games to go.
third
No,
from the
It's
top.
the first one on the first row.
Wait, that's...
I think. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
wait,
Mega
you
Man.
know, okay, this one.
We had this
that...
conversation earlier. It's the one. It's the one where he's dabbing.
That says Game Boy. You said Game Gear.
Oh, Game Gear. That would be fourth row
boy.
from the top. First on the right.
There we go. You said
It
Game
also
Gear.
belongs in C tier.
I don't even know. Sure. Fine, I'll just put it there.
To be fair, Genma, you brought me on board specifically to deal with the classic games.
Right. Okay. So, the two ones of Mega Man dabbing.
Mega Man 2 for Game Boy belongs in C tier. I can say that much.
Okay.
Let's see. Where did I put 3 on my list? Let's see. Don't worry, I'm just looking through these. Let's see. Did I really put it in C tier as well? Yeah, yes I did. The first 3 Game Boy games belong in C tier.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so wait, all 3 Game Boy ones?
The first 3. That would be Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge, and... Okay, Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge, Mega Man 2, and Mega Man 3.
Okay, let me... Hold up, where the frick... I saw the first one earlier,
there it is.
but...
Second row, first on the right.
Oh, on the... Okay. Look, for some reason my brain is like... Look, okay.
You can't
Whatever.
even make the argument that it's my right or your right.
Look!
We're
Look!
looking at the same thing.
Look!
Looking at the same thing.
Look. I never said I was smart. Anyways, let's move
You're
on.
talking to the man who's literally named Stupid StudiosN.
Well, so maybe I was W the whole time. Anyway.
Oh, no.
So wait,
let's see.
what the frick is that one?
That's Mega Man 5 for Game Boy, the one where he goes into outer space again.
Okay, well that sounds
He fights
like
the planets.
B, got it.
Wait, where did I put that on mine? Actually, hold on.
Is that?
Oh,
all
I
the
put that
Game
one
Boy-
in A tier.
Does it belong there?
Yeah, Game Boy 4 and Game Boy 5 belong in A tier.
Well, okay, I know I'm not putting it A tier. All right, so.
I guess we're putting the 0 games in D tier then.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So. Oh wait, there's this. What the frick? Which one's that one?
That's Mega Man 4 for Game Boy.
All right. Does he also fight planets in that one?
No.
All right, got it.
Just-
So.
Just fine. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Please.
All right. So, Extreme. I never played it.
C tier because it's not a mobile game.
Yeah, C tier.
All right.
That's also
And
why I argue you should put Mega Man 4 like in B tier, please.
I've heard Extreme 2 is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just put it there with that one.
Pretty good. Just put it next to C tier.
Okay. So let's see. All right, fine, Studios, fine. I'll put it.
Thank you.
I'll put it like here. Okay.
You know nothing about these games anyway.
I know nothing about them.
I know nothing
Wait a
about
minute.
them. That's why I can so casually throw them there.
Guess I'll just casually
they-
throw Mega Man
they-
ZX in the garbage disposal.
Okay. I guess we're starting to weed this down, just a little bit.
We still have the Star
Gotta
Force games to
weed
worry
them out.
about.
Well, I think we should save Battle Network and Star Force till towards the end, because those are ones that I think we can all actually agree on. So.
And by actually agree on, you mean I know nothing about the Star Force games to make a fair judgment.
Well, Snivey and I do. So.
A perfect plug opportunity.
Exactly. I'm proud of you for that one.
Okay.
Let's see.
Well, let's move on to the one that. Okay. I'm trying to figure out a good place to start next, because we are weeding down now to the ones that I actually know about.
Mega Man Soccer.
Nah.
Okay.
Anyway,
You're already jumping.
Mega Man. Let's go Mega Man Legends. I think we should do Mega Man Legends.
Yeah, I know nothing about the Legends series.
I watched Clement's playthrough. In general, I will say this about the Legends games.
B?
I really am in love with their art style. I think they've actually held up way more than most PlayStation games. And like
the gameplay.
Fair, but I mean, really, and also like, okay, some of the cutscenes that I saw from 2 actually are like legitimately good cutscenes. Like, I don't know about like the story as a whole, but it's really well presented, and the voice acting is also like it has that like cartoony charm, which it actually fits the art style really well. So I'm willing to put them just off peripheral. They're at least B tier.
Oh, and yes, best villain, Mega Man Legend, or Mega Man 64 and Mega Man Legends are the same.
Right. Thing. I'm gonna go ahead from what I've heard of this port. Just
putting it in C tier.
Yeah, but I think Mega Man Legends is at least B tier, and I've heard enough good things, and from what I've seen, I might put it here. It's no S tier, but I think from what I've seen, I like it.
Okay, so it's like a gradual climb of climbing the ranks. Now now we should wait for Mega Man Legends 3 so we can put it in S tier. Wait a minute.
Oh. Anyway, I guess there's Tron Bond, which I'll just put it next to it. I'll put it there.
Fair.
It seems
fair.
good. Okay. So, Legends is done. Snivy, should we save his baby for last?
Which one?
Just the classic series.
I mean, I think we can just dive into the classic game since he's the only one that knows about it.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah, which is why you should move Mega Man 4 for Game Boy back to A tier where it belongs.
Okay.
Come on, man, listen to the man. Let him have it.
Okay.
Let me have it and I won't give you crap about the Zero series.
Let him have it.
But you don't fight planets in that one. Okay.
It had a neat plot. But go on.
Wait, it actually had a plot?
Oh wait, what the heck?
Like, no joke, Mega Man 4 for Game Boy is arguably the best visually for the system.
Is this Wily Wars?
That's Wily Wars, yes.
Okay. Alright. I guess we'll start with... Let's start with the one that... Okay. Let's do the classic series. Let's start with the one that started it all.
So let's put Mega Man 1 through 3 in C tier.
This is... Okay. I should also preface... I should also preface, these are the classic Mega Man games that I've actually beaten.
Okay.
1, 2... I'm gonna say 8. I played most of 8. I got to the Wily Castles. And I beat 11, and that's it. So I liked 1. I liked 1. I don't know.
That's kind of a big gap.
Arguably, though, the first 3 Mega Man games are the weakest in the series, in my opinion. Because, like, 1 had that first game feel to it. 2, it had a lot of problems. And 3, oh god, where do I begin?
Okay.
I put that in D tier had I wanted to not be fair with this list.
Okay, let me hear your opinions on 2, because I know that one, if I put it anywhere from other than S rank, I'll get people like, what? So
okay, so let's see. It is incredibly unbalanced. The metal blades are arguably one of the most broken weapons in the series. Literally most, if not all, of the bosses in the weapon weakness order can be destroyed in some form or fashion by the metal blades. It has one of the high. Basically, I'm going to rant about the metal blades for a good while here. So high ammo count, can be aimed in any direction, kills most everything in the game. So that should take care of the balance question. One of the bosses two of the bosses actually can only be killed by special weapons. So if you run out of them, gotta get a game over, restart the stage. Good luck with that.
C.
Yeah, C tier.
Okay. Alright.
Also, it's like mechanically not complex at all. No charge shot, no slide, no nothing.
I mean, is any classic Mega Man that complex? Though, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna move on.
Double gear.
I'll give you that one, but the rest I don't know. All right. So let's move on to 3, wherever the frick.
Ooh, do you want me to rant about Mega Man 3? I can gladly do that.
I guess go ahead while I try and find it.
So, okay, actually one down. It doesn't use the title screen. It's the box art. Bottom row, second from the left.
Okay. I see it. I see it. Okay.
So,
anyway,
Mega Man
continue.
3. Let's see. The Doc robots are. Oh, go on.
What is that?
That's DOS.
Oh, okay. Alright, anyway, continue.
Yeah, let's see. So, all of the special weapons of the game, basically either they're just a weaker version of a previously existing special weapon, being the Shadow Blade and the Metal Blade, or it just is some variation of fires in a straight line. Let's see. The Doc Robot stages are pointless filler for the sake of filler, really. I will say, though, it did introduce a few good things like the slide, Proto Man, and Rush. But otherwise, yeah, the Rush jet in this game is broken. Whereas in future games, it just let you fly in a straight line with some, control over your direction. Yeah, you could just go anywhere with it. Oh, and the Dr. Wily Castle stages were not at all a challenge. They handed out E-tanks like free candy. Also, it brought back the Yellow Devil, which no one likes. So, C tier.
Instant C.
Okay. Alright. So, here's 4.
Put it in A tier.
What?
A tier. That's a really good Mega Man game.
I'm just trying to think about other games on this list that it's gonna have to compare to. And that's where I'm wondering. I can give you a B at least, but
okay, that seems fair enough.
We can rearrange some of this later.
Yeah, we can arrange this later.
But right now, I mean, I'm gonna let you guys know straight away. I guess for when we get there, I really don't jive with classic Mega Man that much. It's a little too basic for me. It's like in a similar way, like if you told me to play like 2D Mario or 2D Sonic, I'll go 2D Sonic because at least like it's got but anyway, let's move on. We'll save that for later. What's Snivy?
Oh, let's see.
That wasn't Mega Man 6 you just moved?
Frick, you're right. That was 6. Oh my god, why? Okay, I'm dyslexic.
Okay,
anyway.
Yeah, let's see. Just saying 6. Wait. Mega Man 6. What?
Like, okay, that's 4.
Wait,
here. Is that 4? Which one's 4?
4 is the. Wait. Okay, it is first row. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from the left.
That's 6.
No, that's 4. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's 4. That's Roman
6.
That's the Roman numeral for 4.
VI is 6.
6.
Then what's the game like? 3 to the left. 3 to the left, Genma. No, okay, 1 to the right.
That's
6.
Maybe that's DOS, like the other one.
There is no Mega Man 6 for DOS.
Then why are there 2? Then the frick, where's 4? Maybe the person uploaded this thinking it was 4, and that's why. Wow, because yeah, that's why I was confused. I saw 6 there.
I mean, to be fair, the Roman numeral is fairly close, so.
But that Roman numeral is definitely 6.
That's a 6.
It's a 6. I see that now. Can we?
Okay,
count
well,
4?
let's pretend it's 4, and put it right there in B. Okay, so is that 5?
That's Mega Man 5.
I played that one. Actually, a bit. Now I think about it, that actually was one I almost beat too.
It's a good game. I like that one. There's 10 and 11 are arguably better in my opinion, but it's a good game.
I remember the charge beam was
oh god, that thing is broken.
Or
it's a good beginner's Mega Man.
Okay, by the way, has this been going on for a while? Yes, it has been. Alright, I'm gonna I'm gonna have to remember to do that. I'm gonna have to remember to keep changing the music. There's a lot of extended tracks. Okay, so this is 5.
Coincidentally shifted over from classic Mega Man to Zero Mega Man.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'd argue B tier. I'd argue B tier.
Okay. Okay. Fair. 6. You can talk.
It's a low B or a high C. I can't tell which one.
Well, we already have the other ones there. Might as well. Okay. So then there's 7. So this is around the point. So the other thing, by the way, I'm actually not a big fan of. In general, I don't really have a lot of nostalgia for like the 8-bit aesthetic. Like Super Nintendo's always been more my thing. So like I can say I have some bias towards the more 16-bit looking ones.
I'm gonna be real with you. Mega Man 7 is basically just basically just one of the Game Boy games, but for the Super Nintendo. It's weird. Like screen size, it's the same like resolution and everything, just scaled up, kinda.
Yeah. But I like a lot of things about 7 from what I've seen.
7's good.
I'll put it there. I might even say it's better than 6.
Yeah, it's definitely better than 6.
Yeah. Alright. So this next one, alright, let's go to, should we do Mega Man and Base or 8 first?
Mega Man 8, that's the more interesting one.
Oh wait, we should probably do Wily Wars actually.
Well, actually, question: which Mega Man and Base are you referring to?
Are they? Oh, do they have both on here?
Game Boy one. They have the Game Boy one and the Super Nintendo one.
Anyway.
Fair enough.
Wait, what is this one? Oh, is that 9?
Yeah, that's 9.
Okay. So Wily Wars, we should talk about that one.
It's got the Wily Tower, which is actually pretty cool. I put it in B tier. It's certainly it's the same as Mega Man 1 through 3, but you know it's got Wily Tower to redeem it, so B tier seems fair.
Yeah. Let's see. So got that one there. Right. So Mega Man 8. Then you said that was what we should do next.
It's on the second row.
Okay.
There
it is.
Second from the right.
I found it. Okay. This is where Studios and I are going to argue a little bit more.
Where do you stand on the game, actually?
It's probably one of my favorites of the classics. Faults and all.
I don't think it belongs in A tier. High B tier, though. I'll give it that.
Okay. But most of the reason I like it is I actually really like its it's another thing I actually do like about X4 as well when we get there, but I do like the 2 half stage system, and in general I think the aesthetic is pretty gorgeous. The voice acting is not great. It could have used a little bit more direction from this side of things.
I mean, hey, I'm gonna be real with you. At least we got the American dub. The Japanese dub wasn't much better from what I've seen. Oh god,
okay.
I can still hear Japanese Mega Man screaming in my head.
So yeah, I like Mega Man 8. I think it's pretty okay. So.
Do you want to do Mega Man Powered Up since I saw that on the list?
Yeah. It's better. It's better than 1.
It is the de facto version of 1, I'd argue. Put it in B tier.
Okay. All right.
I can't deal with that.
So, let's see. Doing Mega Man and Base now?
Yeah. Where do you stand on Mega Man and Base, or have you played it?
I tried.
Coward.
If you gave these graphics, to someone else, to like another game, and you just designed it completely differently. What?
Gemma, you're pointing at one of the fighting games. Mega Man Base is on the first row. It's right next to
there
Mega
it
Man
is.
X.
There it is. There it is.
Right between Mega Man X and Mega Man X.
It's such a dope box art too. It's such a dope box. This is
it's
all right. You know what?
The manga designs.
You know what? Frick it. I'm putting it low C tier, and with a fat fat missed opportunity.
Hey,
All right.
You should read the manga.
Okay, but no, I'm just slapping it right there. I'm just gonna give it a fat big missed opportunity. If the level design wasn't so garbage, this would have been like the best classic Mega Man game. I don't care. All right.
You know what my advice to you is? Get good.
What? Okay, what's your stance on it?
It's better than Mega Man 1 through 3. I'll give it that much. It's certainly not as good as the B tier Mega Man games currently on there, but it's certainly better than 1 through 3. I'll give you that. So C tier seems fair.
Okay. All right. Okay, so now I guess since we're doing classic series still, Mega Man 9. I didn't play
You throw
it.
that boy in C tier.
I didn't play it. But I don't know. I mean, Inti made it. Call me biased. I'll just put it. I don't
Look,
know, like
it's literally just Mega Man 2 2.
yeah. Where did we put? All right, I'm just gonna put this. Well, if we put Mega Man 2. Where's Mega Man 2?
Look, man, Mega Man
Oh, I
9
see it.
is one of the weaker entries in the series. I'm gonna be real with you here.
I've heard a lot of
It's
people
very-
like it
it's-
though.
It's better than Mega Man 2, but it's still Mega Man 2 2.
Alright, yeah, I've heard a lot of people liked it though at the time.
That's
but,
exactly why. It's Mega Man 2, the sequel.
Alright, so 10?
A tier. Easily.
Alright, well, I'll put this in debate category for later.
Debate category. More like we won't debate later.
Oh, believe me, it's going to get more heated later
Like,
when I
Gimba's
start
gonna
talking
try to
about my
bully me
games.
into putting it lower. You know, I'd put it in S tier if I wasn't dealing with you, Gimba. I'm just saying that right now.
Okay, well, alright, fine. Let's go ahead. Give me your arguments why you think
Let's
Mega
find
Man
the
10
middle
is so much better than the rest.
Okay, so let's see. It retains the. Okay, first of all, it's made by Inti Creates. Just saying.
Just saying, facts.
Okay, so it has 3 different playable characters you can choose. Mega Man, who uses the Mega Man 2 control scheme. Proto Man, who retains Mega Man's controls from Mega Man 4. And Bass, who is Bass from Mega Man and Bass. Let's see. So, okay, you've also got, like, the 3 difficulties you can choose. It's one of the most customizable Mega Man games, I'd argue, in terms of what you can do. Like, without having the bonuses of the double gear system or the shop giving you extra items.
Okay, I do like the multiple playable character aspect of. Yeah, I'll give that. I'll give it.
An A.
I'll give it that. I'll give it
Okay.
that. All right. So let's see. 11. Where? Yeah. I didn't like
Because,
this
see,
one as much.
I
as
want to give it an S tier, but Bounce Man is holding me back.
So A.
I'll put it.
It had some.
A.
It had some of the weaker. Yeah, it had some of the weaker Wily Castle levels in the series, but yeah, A tier seems fair.
Yeah, and I'll still concede. I'm really like classic Mega Man is mostly not for me. So in general, like, I think it's a really good game. I love the graphics of it. I think honestly, as far as playability, you know, it probably wouldn't have hurt to have more playable characters like 10. But I think as
I'm
it is,
sure they'll probably add him in as DLC later when this stream is long done. But yeah.
But in general, I mean, I really like I like a lot of the mechanics. I think the double gear is kind of neat for what it is.
It's the classic series variation of Mega Man X's Buster upgrades, I'd argue, which is pretty cool actually.
I still don't think it's very mechanically intense, but I don't expect much from classic in that department. So
Honestly, Gimba, considering the fact that you were complaining about how hard the game was, you have no right to complain.
just because I thought it was hard doesn't mean it makes it more mechanically complex or anything.
Maybe
thing
you would
is-
have learned the mechanics had you gotten good.
I'm not debating whether or not it was hard. I'm debating whether or not it's complex.
It's a good game. It's an A tier. It's fine.
I put it in
It's
A
fine.
tier.
We're good.
We're good.
man. We can
Okay.
Move on.
Yeah, let's move on, Genma.
Okay, so
So we're getting on to the X series, right?
Oh, we should probably do
Because I think we ran out of classic games. Oh wait. Chuck
Power
the,
Battle. Is this
chuck-
Power Battle?
Just chuck both of them in the C tier and move on.
I liked those in the
okay.
collection. I like those.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're
I'll put that one there. That's the second one, right?
Wait, are we really being this specific with the placement in the?
I don't know.
tiers?
I don't know. Whatever. There we
Just
go.
know, guys, this tier list is in no specific order for the rankings.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, fair. All
Um,
right. Let's see.
Otherwise, I would have had some very curious questions as to why we put the Legends games where they are, as opposed to
Yeah.
far back in the list.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's see.
Specifically, why Legends 2 is. Yeah, never mind. So.
Oh right,
so-
collection. This one, the PlayStation collection. You mentioned
where
that.
did what was the highest ranked Mega Man game that we put
It was
on
an
here?
A. It was
Yeah,
an
it should be
A. All right.
No, wait. It would be in B tier because Mega Man 4 and 5 and 6.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Because it does, I don't recall the Complete Works having Mega Man 10 on there. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah. Fair. Okay.
Going to
So
soccer now.
Mega Man Soccer, because that's technically a classic game.
Battle Network.
Soccer.
I thought we were going in chronological order, but okay. Battle Network, sure.
All right.
Go
So-
next,
Okay. Actually, X. X should be
Actually,
next.
technically, if you think about it, Battle Network takes place in a time split where, like, technically where the classic series would have started. So therefore, it is chronologically the first game.
It's true. But we can go to X. Do we want to do? All right.
X1,
Let's do.
Okay,
Alright.
well, actually, better question. What do we do about Maverick Hunter X? Because that's the one that people are most decisive about.
I like Maverick Hunter X.
I think they're both just as good in different ways.
I agree.
But Vile.
I mean, the Vile route doesn't seem that great, but I like
It was fun.
I like their attempts to flesh out the story a little more without like compromising what made it work for the most part. I wasn't a fan of how they changed the Vile scene at the start. That's like the only thing I would tell them
You
to
mean the
to
fact that
take
they
back.
actually made him beatable?
Yes.
Well, I was
That's-
going to argue with you on this. It was never really perfect to begin with, considering how, Zero still had to bail you out both times for you to beat Vile.
Whatever, man. I think that's a nitpick, but that's me. I think it works
hey,
okay.
you want to talk about the story for Mega Man X. We're going to talk about the story for Mega Man X.
Look, well, okay. Even with that flaw, it's still probably maybe the best Mega Man X plot. So that should say something.
So S tier? S tier? Okay, I'm saying S tier. Let's go.
I'm
No.
I really like Mega Man X a lot, actually. It's probably my favorite Mega Man X game.
We can put it in A tier, I guess. I mean,
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
I personally prefer Mega Man X2, but
Yeah, so, alright, now where is X2?
actually,
on
no. I
here?
personally prefer X4 over that one. Never mind.
After actually going back and playing
X2 is,
X4.
X2 is fifth one on the bottom. From the left.
Okay,
from
I
the
see
left.
it. Okay, so
You can tell
X2.
because of the bike.
Alright, you know what? I'll concede. I didn't finish this one. I just know how it goes.
Put it in B tier. It's people would
I
argue that it's slightly.
Whatever.
It's more of the same of X1 from what I've heard.
Yeah,
Well, from what I've heard from other people's opinions.
yeah. I mean, I like that you have dash off the bat in that game. I just think that you know those dudes that carry Zero's parts? Like, it's really weird.
The X-Hunters,
and yeah, I didn't like the way that was handled. I think that was one of the reasons I just dropped it, because it was just like, it was encouraging me to go to levels without like playing it like the normal way, and then I would go there, and then yeah, I didn't dig it as much.
Still waiting for a Maverick Hunter X2 so that we can finally, like, what was it, retcon that evil Mega Man X into the plot.
So X3, I feel like that's the same problem on steroids for me.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really like that game, because if you want to
I'm gonna put it C.
Yeah, C tier seems fair. Because, like, if you want to play the game optimal, like in the optimal route, you are very, very constricted as to what path you need to take, like for minimal backtracking.
Yeah. Okay, X4. All right.
Oh boy. Bad
Okay.
voice acting aside, because the plot in a Mega Man game doesn't matter. Really strong
I'm just
gameplay
gonna...
wise. You know.
Okay. I guess I can give that to you, but here's my thing as well. I mean, this was also the game that kind of made me realize as well that just like, I don't know, it's just like slow, methodical Mega Man is not as much my thing, and
I would hardly call this one the slow one, honestly.
It's compared to the ones I like, it is.
To be fair,
which
you
we'll
like
get
the
to
Zero
those.
series, which
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Also,
Genma, since you made this argument earlier, it also has this the 2-stage level progression that Mega Man 8 had.
So well, right. That's one thing I do like about X4. So I guess I can talk about it. It's the first one with fully playable Zero. Oh, that's another reason. You know what? Moving that down there.
Oh.
Just as close as it can get.
Lower.
As close as it can get. It's not D tier. I'm gonna be a little fair to it, but it's almost there. This one's the one with first fully playable Zero, and for the most part, like his control scheme. He's better in Zero, but he's good in this. So yeah, no, I can definitely say that, and the plot's okay. It's probably the second best plot, despite the bad voice acting, and X's plots in generals, whatever. So, okay, X5.
No.
It's a guilty pleasure for me, man.
I wasted a day trying to get the good ending on that, only to get cucked by Awakened Zero.
It's a guilty pleasure for me, man.
I don't know. Okay, where do you want to put this game? Curious.
It's not a C tier. I think
that's fair. That's fair.
The thing is with the game is it, okay, like, while that's different for everyone, I don't think it's, like, the worst thing ever.
Wait a minute,
like,
I just looked at C tier. Why is Mega Man 4 for Game Boy still on there?
Where?
Mega Man 4 for Game Boy. It's still in C tier. Fourth from the left, top row.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Anyway.
God damn it.
You don't fight planets. Anyway.
Don't fight.
You don't fight planets.
Okay,
Is that
so...
something you're arguing when I try to move a Game Boy game out of C tier?
So, anyway, so X5, yeah. And even then with that mechanic, I mean, yes, it's kind of, like, stupid for a lot of people, but if you know what's coming, you could just kind of choose, like, you can just reload your save, and you'll just probably get a different result. So
it still doesn't excuse the fact that the bottomless pit at the start of Bolt Kraken stage is so nonsense.
I mean,
you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. No, it was really funny. I got a funny story about that one. Because for a while, X5 actually was my favorite, believe it or not. And I went to take my friend, and I was like, here, you should play this game. And then he, like, chose that level, and he died instantaneously. And he just kind of... He had this disbelief shock on, like on his face. Like, he had a smile, kind of, but it's just like, what?
I I did the exact same thing to Into when I was like getting really frustrated with the game.
Yeah.
It's like, here, if you don't mind, just take the controls real quick, hit continue, and try your best on one life.
Yeah, but
I immediately got the controls back.
But here's the thing, I still don't think it's like the most punishing thing ever, because like, okay, yeah, that's like weird and stupid, but I mean, at least it's the start of the level as opposed to at the end. Because if it was at the end, that would have been unforgivable. Like, because
getting the armor parts of that level is unforgivable.
I mean, it's kind of annoying, but at the very least, like, you don't... Like, I've played games, I guess, I've played games where you just go through the whole thing and then they just have this, like, super strict section at the end of all places that you have to go through for something. And, like, at least it doesn't do that. Like, as weird as it sounds, like, I know that's, like, saying, like, well, I mean, you got your leg chopped off, but at least it's before you ran the race and not during the race. I get that. But it still stands. You're not standing. But
how are you standing on one leg?
Look, it's a one-legged race. You have it tied to another person. Alright, anyway.
Look, man, all I'm saying is all they need to do is just tie the leg behind my back. They didn't need to chop off my leg.
Alright. Let's move on to frickin'
X6.
Do we need to even talk about this one?
Just C-tier it. I mean, it's not a mobile game, but it's Snivy? No.
I already would have moved to X7 where it belongs.
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you, Genma. X7's a guilty pleasure of mine.
Go on.
It does not. It doesn't deserve to go into B tier.
Doesn't belong in the mobile tier.
But it doesn't belong in mobile. It doesn't belong in mobile game tier made by some poor Chinese like manufacturing worker.
Yeah, X7 has problems, but it does not belong in D, right?
Okay.
There was an attempt.
Alright. Oh my gosh.
And that attempt paved the way for the Mega Man Legends series, let it be known.
Raja's, like he said, he just got here and he heard something about chopped legs. Oh, he said his favorite Mega Man game is Shovel Knight. Oh my gosh.
He makes a fair argument.
Okay. So... I guess, is it Command Mission or X8 next?
X8's next.
Okay.
Sure? I thought Command Mission was that.
Oh wait, you mean like release order? Command Mission was first then, I believe.
Okay, Snivy actually has played this one, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get to input on this one.
Input on this one, well...
I love how Genma just put it into B tier.
Well, I'm not actually putting it there. It's just because it's annoying dragging it all the way up here. So go ahead, Snivy.
Hey,
like Snivy, you had your chance.
Yeah, my chance. I mean, hey, B tier is fine. The game has multiple characters you can have for your party, but overall, once you get Zero on Axel, everyone else is obsolete, and you just keep X Zero on Axel in your party the whole time.
Just like the actual Mega Man games. Lovely.
Yeah. The game's biggest problem is the random encounters.
I mean, that goes without saying for any RPG, for most RPGs. Actually.
I mean, I think he means the rate, which.
Oh, the rate. Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah, the rate can be a problem at times. Each level do have puzzles to them, and the puzzles, well, the early stages puzzles, are just, well, the level design isn't all that great. It's usually just hallways most of the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, if I'm to go on a bit of a tangent, it would be a lot cooler if Command Mission sort of had like X7's movements, but without like the combat, and it was just, you know, random encounter stuff. That'd be neat.
Okay.
Oh, I would like that.
You know,
Alright.
Platforming in your RPGs.
So X8. I'm moving it up, but
I'd argue B tier. It has a really cool armor system.
I think my problem... So I actually tried to play it as well after I beat, like, X4. I mean, okay, it took what was bad about, like, X7 and salvaged a good game out of it, which is just that kind of blows my mind. But I don't know, there's just something about the way it feels that just did not jive with me. I can't quantify it, it just didn't.
I mean, I understand what you mean. Personally, I think the controls are fine, but the main issue I've had with the game is just the overall concentration of gimmicks in a level.
Oh god, I hated the start of that, or like the whole level of when you're chasing that one person on the bike.
Gigavolt Man of War.
Ah, frick that level. Like in some Mega Man X games, like that's fun. Like you get to jump over a whole bunch of things, but like in this one, it was just like, oh god, because they made it like behind the camera. No. I'm talking about like when it's no. This is the one.
Which one?
Gigavolt Man of War, whatever.
Okay. The flying one.
Yes, that one. Because like it just was horrible because it was behind the character and you just had it. And I guess you just had to keep applying damage, but like the perspective made no sense, and it was changing the whole time.
Apply damage to existence.
So, yeah. Honestly, I think I like X5 better, but I think
It doesn't belong to go in the same category as the Square games.
Right. So it's fine. That's fine. Okay. So X9 goes S tier. Anyway.
But wait a minute.
Hold on, I just spoiled something.
You mean Rockman X Dive?
Okay, so I guess what we have left is Mega Man 0.
You still haven't touched that soccer game.
So
we'll worry about that later, Snivy.
Alright, so Mega Man 0. This is the fun part. Okay, so...
First one.
C.
I'm fine. For the first one, yeah. I think that it had a good mechanical start. All of the sequels are better. Except for parts of 4. Okay, 4... we'll get to that when we get to that.
I'll say this. I don't like the Zero series, but I am not about to put 0-1 in the same category as Mega Man Minesweeper, so I will give you that.
Yeah, no, 0-1... it had attempts at Metroidvania stuff, but I'm kind of glad they dropped it until ZX, where it's at least better in that game. The sequels just have better graphics and music. I'm changing the music. Have I done that in, like, a while? I'm freaking...
No.
Well, I mean, hey, you picked a good song.
Alright, anyway.
Also, I just realized, let's see, Hollow said that he likes how a single game has not been put in S tier yet. I take it we're just gonna, like, put it in these more safe categories, and then as we adjust it, we'll find an S tier.
Okay. Right. Okay, so 0-2 that was my first Mega Man game. And honestly, it is an improvement on... So pretty much my entire argument about 0-1, where it's a good foundation. 0-2 takes pretty much everything from this, cut out some of the bad stuff, so the Metroidvania things are gone. The story isn't that much evolved from the first one, and I will say this about the Zero series in general. It has by far, like, some of the best stories out of all of these games, which I know some people don't care about that, but I think that, like, I've made this argument before. Okay? You don't have to have a bad story. You can make a story that works with your game. If you have to say, this game's fine, but ignore this part of it, I mean, like, that doesn't mean it's void of criticism. That's my main point there. And as a complete package, I think the Zero series... So I'm bringing this up because Studios and I are going to argue about this, but I think that Zero, in general, as a complete package, even counting all 4 games put together, they have a nice narrative that actually arcs over the whole thing and has a satisfying end and beginning and middle. Mostly 03. 02, I would actually argue, probably has... Why did I choose this song?
Oh god.
Alright.
Well, okay,
I don't know if this is much better.
That's
but...
good. That's good.
Alright. Anyway. So, anyway, my point is that, like, I think this probably has some of the weakest plot of the Zero series. But here's the thing. As a game, this one's probably the hardest one. It has a lot more, like, platforming challenges and things in it. I don't think I'm digging this song as much either.
I love how you quantify the harder ones by they have platforming.
Yeah, but no, I think the chain rod is really cool, personally. A lot of people had a hard time, like, mastering it, but, like, if you get really good with it, it can be fun to use. In general, it's also cool using it on some enemies and just, like, ripping shields off of them. I think in general, like, it just feels satisfying to play, and just, like, when you slash things, they get cut in half, and the whole opening stage, okay, is probably one of the most iconic things in Mega Man to me, just because, like, if that opening beat, and then you just get to infinitely chop dudes in half for a while until you want to just keep moving.
Chop dudes in half.
Like, oh, dude, like that's another thing about this, and I can admit this about Zero, and one thing that, like, the other Mega Man games don't have is that Zero also feels to me like the Zero series feels to me like a bit of a power trip in a weird way, because, like, compared to the rest of the game, Zero is very versatile. He has a lot of abilities to do. And granted, things still kill you very fast, but you feel very, like, powerful and like you're a legendary hero.
You wouldn't mind a Moshu game in the style of Mega Man Zero? You know, Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that'd be fun. But either way, though...
Go on.
But yeah, so that's my main thing, and so, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's S tier yet, because we'll probably debate it again towards the end of this, but,
believe me, I won't start debating you until we get into the S tier stuff, believe me. That's
okay,
a given.
but I think, honestly, 02 is, like, one of my favorites, and one thing I can concede, despite that being my favorite Mega Man Zero game, so consider this a non-biased take, I can absolutely confidently, and you will argue me on this, I can 100% confidently actually put S tier for 03. This one is the best Mega Man game.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be fair. I do not know much about Mega Man. That's 03, right?
Yes.
Okay. I do not know much about 03. But I will allow it on the premise that I do not know much about it. However, I do request that you put Mega Man 10 onto S tier as well.
Alright, I mean, it's not my kind of game, but sure.
And
okay.
I can say the same for 03.
Alright. But, like, yeah, 03, it has all of those strengths from 02, but it cuts out some very important things that did annoy people, and that's part of the reason why I think it's, like, definitively is better. So, like, it made the Cyber Elf system better, for example. It made it so that what you could do is, instead of using up a Cyber Elf, you could assign it as a satellite, and essentially it'll give you, like, the perk of it without, like, using it up, so it won't affect your rank. It allows you to enter this cyber world thing that automatically activates all of your cyber elves at once, only while you're in there. You get like
cool bonuses in Mega Man Battle Network 4.
Right, but you get like an entire like score decrease for doing that. There's only one instance where you want to do that, because you have to fight a boss to get an ability later that is in the cyber world. In general,
Z-Saber and Megaman Battle Network 4. Go on.
The story of that one is, like, again, as a complete package, it has like this mystery reveal setup, and it feels very engaging. Like, what was it? My friend Blaze, when he was watching the Let's Play, like, he was actually kind of invested in what was going on in the story, which is not very common for Mega Man, because of, again, this whole, like, mystery setup, and, like, the villains are really well handled. Like, Dr. Weil is very intimidating, and in general, like, it's pretty well done. all things like I'm not calling it like the best story writing ever, but like compared to the rest of this stuff, it's pretty darn good. Okay.
And to some degree of fairness, I will give it one thing: the music in 03 is amazing.
Yes. Well, that's actually one area that I think 02 is better personally, but I think 03 is like not far behind.
I cannot count the number of times I've listened to some variation of Cannonball,
right
in my own time.
Yeah,
So,
but some of my
tracks in 02 better.
Yeah, I think 02, as a whole, like I'm talking the whole soundtrack, because Cannonball's great.
Yeah, the whole soundtrack.
Because 02, let's see, Departure, I remember that like crazy. Ice Brain is freaking great. The Forest theme, which got remixed in 03. Oh yeah, the mid-game 03. Even, another thing that was cool about 03 is like when you reach that point, like most Mega Man games, they give you like a single like mid-stage or something. They give you another set of bosses to choose from in the middle that has like its own story reason for happening, like, oh, you're fighting this group now, and so then you have like even more stages than you normally have in a Mega Man game. The game's long as a consequence, but I don't care. And then you have these other ones.
It's like Mega Man 3, but actually handled decently.
Yeah, they're not like reused stages. And yeah, so you get to go through them, and they're also like, the bosses are from older games, but it makes sense because it's Neo Arcadia, kinda.
Again, it's like Mega Man 3, but handled decently.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, 03, fantastic, and because it's fantastic, I gotta rant about this next one.
Oh boy, 04. It's on the top. Second one top.
It took 0, and then was like, you know, all these things we fixed in 03, all these things that we made really good, like that made it just a better game than like 02 and all of that stuff. Well, we don't think it plays enough like normal Mega Man, so we're just gonna chuck some of these ideas out the window and just do things like so.
Tell us about the weather, Genma.
How's the weather?
Okay, so basically, the stages in it, there's 2 variations of it. I should also preface this and talk about something that I really liked about 02 and 3, and I've heard some people complain about it. I think it's a great skill improvement incentive. So in 02 and 3, there's these things called EX skills. So when you defeat bosses, you get these special abilities from them. You think of it kind of like in the X games, except you really gotta earn those special attacks, okay? Essentially, you just got A rank stages, and then like on the next stage, on top of it, the boss will be harder. They'll have extra moves that they'll have because you have an A rank. But if you manage to defeat them, you'll get like a special skill from them, which gives you more of an arsenal in terms of abilities you can use in other stages. And it feels really good. Once again, it plays into that power thing because it's like you earned these skills, like they weren't just handed to you for beating a boss. Now for 04, their take on that, which almost feels like an attempt at casualization to me, was to essentially be like, okay, so... And also, okay, so this is something you didn't like about the 0 series, but I didn't mind it, which was the element chips. So in the regular 0 games, when you equip an element chip, you get, like, the weakness advantage over a certain type of enemy, provided based off whatever element they are. Now, 04, this is its attempt to make it more like a regular Mega Man game. So your EX skills essentially have a specific element tied to them now. So 0's forward stab only does lightning damage, okay? That sucks, because this move that you would normally have some incentive to do, now you're forced to awkwardly, like, on this specific boss, the flies to try and maybe do a jab on them, okay?
So, mind if I make a quick interjection here about my stance on the element chips? I feel like it's a very bland concept. In 01, from what I've played, it's literally just you equip an item and suddenly your attack does a different type of an arbitrarily different type of damage. There is no difference in your moveset whatsoever when you equip the chip.
Yeah, I mean,
what would have been nice
I get you.
What would have been nice is like some unique combo that you can pull off with a specific chip or something along those lines to vary it up a bit.
Yeah, but I mean, anything would be better than the way they handled it here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not denying that at all.
Because, yeah, the weather system, and this is how it ties into the weather system. I know I tangented, but it's important to bring it up. So how you get the EX skills in 04 is essentially enemies that you are... So the bosses that you choose to fight, they'll have two versions of the stages, and of those two versions, if you do the harder variant, then you'll get their EX skills as opposed to A ranking the stage, which if you were to watch my Let's Play as 04, I gave up on A ranking that game for multiple reasons. The level design is significantly more stupid in 04, by the way. And what's even more...
You have to play through those levels with a tablet.
Fair, I guess. But, and the other thing is they added an easy mode, but what's stupid about the easy mode is you don't get EX skills. All of the stages, I think, are, like, on default, the easiest versions, and you don't get EX skills at all. So that means you have to just brute force it with regular damage. Now, I think they scaled it where, like, enemies die faster or whatever, but it's still dumb. So yeah, in terms of gameplay, the only thing that saves it is that it has probably the most emotional ending to any Mega Man game ever. Like, I know this will sound embarrassing, but I tear up every single time. So it's really tough for me. It sits here in the B tier. I have real mixed feelings on it. Okay.
Well, hey, at least the Mega Man Zero series ended with a Mega Man not on the moon for once.
Oh, God. Okay.
At least Zero made it back down to Earth.
So, oh, God.
Oh boy.
So, ZX. So, Snive, do you want to have any interjection on any of this? Because I've been talking about Zero for a while.
Let's see, I played like the first few seconds of ZX, got lost, and just...
I mean, I will put ZX in B territory, B or C.
Yeah.
I think I'd say B. Because I did quite enjoy playing the game.
You know what? Yeah, B tier, low B tier seems fair in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like the Metroidvania elements are cool. As far as like a first attempt, I think the thing that holds it back is that the map makes no goddamn sense when you look at it for reference. And this is a lasting complaint that lasts into the sequel, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure it does. I hate how they coded the mission and save system.
Oh, I hate those.
I hate how they handled that. Because, like, let's say you decide, like, oh, this mission's too hard and you want to quit. You better hope you didn't collect a whole bunch of things in between that point, because you're going back to when you said yes to that mission. Okay?
Oh, this is a bit of a random request. Genma, could you, like, move the Mega Man racing game to B tier? I don't
Which
feel
one?
comfortable within the same... It's in C tier. Top row, far right.
Okay. Alright.
Just a random request because I do not feel comfortable with it in the same category as Mega Man and Base, Mega Man X7. It's an actually good racing game in my opinion.
Okay, when you put it that way as well, though, I also don't want to put Zero there. Okay. Because Zero's a good game, it's just meh. It's meh. It's meh.
The first one's meh.
I'm gonna be real with you, Genma. I'm more inclined to play the racing game than Zero.
I mean, that's fair, but I don't think Zero's one is that bad. Plus, as weird as this sounds as well, because of like how well the overarching story is, I think it does improve the experience of even going back and playing one almost, to me anyway. But by itself,
Genma, how's that grinding coming along?
The first boss, am I right?
yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so this one's a controversial opinion. I think ZX Advent's great.
Silver, you're putting it in C tier.
No, I
Yeah, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I know. I think the ZX Advent's great. I don't know if I think it's still gonna be B tier, but it's gonna be really freaking high B tier. And most of my reason for that is that, like, okay, as a Metroidvania, I have to preface it. As a Metroidvania, it functions a lot better than the first game. It has mostly improvements. I wasn't a fan of, like, again, I'm going to talk story for a second, but I think ZX Advent has a better story than the first one. Not by a lot, but it's better. Because the first one also felt like it was kind of Mega Man X again in some places, very intentionally. I don't know. There's some stupid things in both games, though. I think they're definitely weaker than the Zero games. Yeah.
Let's see. Actually, again, but now that I think about it, Mega Man Zero, I do have a good argument for it going to C tier. Because I personally feel like it is more on par with Mega Man 9 and Mega Man X3 than some of the more archaic Mega Man games in that category. Because it does have that first game syndrome and does have a good number of issues shared between those two games, in my opinion.
Yeah.
High C tier. we'll call
Fair,
it that.
But I don't. Yeah, I guess I can say it's weaker than ZX1, but yeah. Okay.
I think my biggest issue was the fact that you seem to have put all of the Zero games at B tier or higher, and well, that just didn't seem accurate.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, fair. All right. So, I guess all that's left is the RPGs.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Battle Network.
Okay, well, first of all, let's preface this. Put the remake of Battle Network 1 higher than the original.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Battle Network 1. Well, okay, Snivy, you're the one who actually played this one, so you should probably talk about. Most of these.
Okay.
They're the ones you have played.
3 of them.
Which ones haven't you played, Snivy?
I've only played 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, so I can handle Battle Network 4 through 6. Well, Battle Network 3 through 6, actually.
Okay. Yeah. So I might interject on a few places, but I think, yeah, I'm fine with that. I think, actually, honestly, Battle Network, and this is part of the reason I saved it for last, I think this is the one series we can probably all three agree on mostly.
Pretty good, yeah.
Hey, I have the biggest thing to say first. Can we put the GameCube Battle Network in C tier?
Yes.
Yeah. There we go. Right between X6 and X7. Alright. So Snivy, Battle Network 1.
Battle Network 1? I mean, for me being a real big fan of RPGs, for the first one, I think I would put it like for either B at least, the first one.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Let me just move it.
I played a bit of Battle Network. Well, having played a bit of Battle Network 1, the original, yeah, B tier seems fair.
Okay. Alright, Snivy.
So do you want to do? Wait. Do you want to do Operate Star Force, since that's like the remake?
Right. Okay, I didn't play it.
I have.
So maybe you should.
It has some good balancing changes that were very necessary.
A or B?
Okay.
I'd argue A tier. A tier, definitely.
A tier, because Star Force in the name.
You can play as okay.
Yes.
No, like, okay, I think one of the biggest changes that was in that one is it made the S tier less broken. Because, like, in Battle Network 1, you had Skullman, Stone Man, and a few others, I believe, occupying the same chip code. And since they didn't have the limit to mega chips yet, you could just sort of pile on as many of those powerful chips into one folder.
Oh man, that's a big need to change then.
And like they moved stuff like Skullman to the D chip code and stuff. It made it a lot more varied.
Yeah. Oh gosh, Chris just came in. He said Mega Man 2 C tier. Most classic is S tier.
We're going to Battle Network 2?
Alright. I think Snivy and I think he might be thinking the same thing I want to say about it.
So, okay, what about Bound Network? Wait, what about Bound Network 2? Because I haven't played this one.
I wanna slap it right in the D tier for that racist plane section.
Oh, I remember that.
Everything about that. Okay, you know what? Honestly, this game is borderline so bad it's good in terms of like the writing.
C, at least.
Yeah.
I honestly,
in the mobile territory.
I think I could have fun making fun of its story. I think like it's
arguably
wow.
one of the better Bound Network games in terms of actual gameplay. So it doesn't deserve too much hate.
Okay, all right.
Okay, now if you are on Bound Network 3, then this is very important. I need to put Mega Man Bound Network 3 white in C tier and put blue in B tier.
No, put blue in A tier. It's actually a really good one.
Ash says, wait,
right
what?
there.
Okay,
Alright.
okay, I need to explain what happened with the plane section for the people in the chat, because they're like, what are you talking about? So there's this whole part of the game where you're like in this plane, and I think we had to like capture a spider or something. I don't remember.
Yeah,
It
the
was
spider.
a
Yeah.
spider for
It was the Magnet Man scenario.
Right. Anyway, so there was this guy that we had to get like something from him, and they didn't they did not censor this game at all, and it was meant for kids, by the way. Which some of you guys might be okay with that. Oh yeah, no, there's people that just are throwing out swears like all the time in that game too.
Yeah.
They did not censor it at all, which was just like
Especially
bizarre.
When we went to especially when we went to another country.
Yeah,
Serbia is drunk again.
But here's the thing that was so funny to me, but it was awful because Snivy was so uncomfortable. Was in this one stretch of you had to get something from this one black dude, and you had to rap for him to get him to give it to you. And it mostly comprised of like yos, and like the guy mostly said yos and stuff. It was so bad. It was so bad.
It hurt. I'm hurt.
So, anyway, also, this was just like subliminally, but there was at one part of the game too, when we arrived in the eastern country, you had like a whole bunch of these dudes, like you had all these varied white people sprites, but it was mostly one black dude, and they were all hanging out in the alleyway mostly.
Oh.
So, I'm just saying, Battle Network 2 is just a little bit racist. Okay?
Fair enough.
Alright.
So yeah, let's put Bound Network 3 blue in B tier, and Bound Network 3 Bound Network 3 blue in A tier.
A tier.
Bound Network 3 white in
C tier.
Because blue version has the folder back chip, and that is all you need.
Here's the thing about that, because quote unquote Mega Man Battle Network Black is the true version with all the updated content on it, while the other version of the game has less content in it.
Dang.
Both released around the same time, but one version got less content than the other one.
Yeah, I remembered you telling me that. I mean, like, I forgot about that till you said that, so I'm glad you remembered. Okay.
Yeah, Bound Network 3 blue version has the objectively most broken Giga chip in the entire series. That being the folder back chip. So, yeah, I take it you guys know what the full custom chip does, right? Yeah, imagine that, but it also replenishes your entire folder as if you had just started the battle.
Nani? That sounds awesome.
Also, it's an asterisk code, so literally you can use it with anything.
Oh, frick yeah. Infinity Maginian, yo. Let's
Oh,
go.
Man, I love the final countdown.
I love it too. Alright.
Okay, so Battle Chip Challenge. Since actually, no wait, the Wonder Swan game. What do we do with that one?
I only know you can fight bass in it.
Yeah, I honestly I do too. It's weird. I keep getting suggested that video.
You know,
C tier on the basics. It's basically just network transmission, but on a mobile device.
Sure. Okay, so
Battle
yeah,
Chip Challenge. What do you do with that one?
I didn't play it. You know, I feel
C tier.
Snive.
C
I
tier
feel
seems fair. I
feel
played it. It's C
okay.
tier's fair.
Okay.
What
All
were you
right.
gonna say?
So let's see. Battle Network 4.
I want to say things about 4. I liked it. That was actually
So Genma, do you want to talk about the localization?
I haven't actually played through it in a really long time.
Because Genma, you like to harp on the story in a Mega Man game. Let me tell you.
Well, I know the story. No, I'll be real. Story-wise, yeah, no, the series peaked at 3. So I can concede there. I think 4, mechanically, I really do like the soul mechanic. Honestly, I don't know. 4 is a guilty pleasure for me too. I think it's.
Okay. You want me to argue with you on the mechanics of this game? The dark chip system. Let's talk about that a little bit, shall we?
Look, all right, it's an anti-drug message in your kids' game. That's what it is. So you know, I mean, I get what they're going for. I mean, it's also kind of bizarre too at the same time because like it's a mechanic that it implies like, oh, it's turning Mega Man evil, but it doesn't affect the story at all.
It removes 1 HP at a time. Ooh.
It's a message. It's a message. No, this game is kind of bad, but I like it. It's a guilty pleasure.
You are wasting 0.5 of your HP memory on a singular attack.
I'll put it like high C. No, yeah, you know, I'll be fair. I'm gonna be fair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fair. Okay, it's above Battle Network 2.
That's fair.
It's above Battle Network 2.
Specifically the red version over the blue. Okay,
Well,
so Battle Network 4.5. We're gonna slap that one straight into B tier.
I'm gonna throw it a D tier because they took them 10 years to get it translated.
Well, that's not Capcom's fault. Had it not been for the fans, it would have never been translated.
Right.
Okay, but what is your argument for this one? Because I never actually got to play it through.
Okay, as someone who has actually gone through the trouble of beating the game in Japanese, I can safely say that with the right equipment, the game is really fun, actually. Like, when you know what you're doing, like, imagine a Mega Man game, a Battle Network game, where you don't directly control the character, control the Navi, but instead you're giving it orders as if you were actually, hence the name Real Operation, you are operating the Navi as if you were, like, talking to it direct. Am I making sense here?
I really want to play that one.
I actually did like what I played of it. It did seem kind of like it was different, but it was fun.
Like,
it's a little confusing at first because like it looks the same as the other one. So like
it's mainly confusing because it's in Japanese and you need to like be able to understand what each of the commands are trying to tell you. Because
I mean, what's also cool about it is that you can unlock different navis to be your navi, and like I mean,
yeah.
Okay, and I can admit, I know people have ragged on him. I am kind of a base EXE fanboy.
Oh,
so
I am too. There's no shame in that.
He's just really cool. So I you know what did you give it?
B tier.
B tier? Okay. Would you say better than original Battle Network 1?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Alright. So, Battle Network 5, I didn't play the original.
I mean, to be fair, it's the same game, just like different music and some unlockable chips. Yeah, honestly, I like Battle Network 5. It was fun. Honestly, the Liberation missions are a lot better than people give them credit for, I would argue.
I liked them a lot. I don't know why. I did, though. I don't know, like, as far as, like, weird gimmicky story things, like, compared to things they would do in the next game, I think it was really cool. And, in general, it was a change of pace from a lot of the previous ones. And
hey, this was actually what Battle Network 4.5 was building up on, because all of those, like, playable navis and stuff were in preparation for the multiple playable characters.
Right, because you can... Oh, that was so cool. Yeah, no. So there's multiple playable characters, and I play. So again, I play the DS version, and the DS version. Okay, hold up. Let's go ahead and move these up. Okay, because this is the point where I really like. Jeez, this is a fat B tier. Honestly, I'm.
I'd stick it.
Hold up a second. Hold on, I'm
wouldn't say
rearranging.
it's-
I'd say it's better than 1. I think it's better than 1.
Yeah.
And same there. And I'll be real. I think the DS version with all of like the improved.
Why did you move the Game Boy Mega Man 3 to C tier?
Oh, whoops! I moved the wrong one. Where the frick was?
You put Battle Network 3 Proto Man in C tier. Or Battle Network 5 Proto Man, middle row.
Oh, I see it. How the frick? Where the frick? You go back. Okay,
Back
fixed.
to the gates of hell where you belong.
Okay. Anyway, and with all the improved knickknacks, I hate to say it, I want to put it there.
No, I'd put it close to 3, but not directly past it. That seems a bit much, in my opinion.
I don't know.
It's the same game as Battle Network, as the Game Boy games.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. The three has a better story. I can as a package.
Okay, I'm going to actually like go against what I want to say. Battle Network 5 actually has some pretty bad like chip selections in my personal opinion. Like, you can't really make a very cohesive folder without grinding and grinding and grinding, which I will give credit to Battle Network 3. I had no trouble at all making a perfectly working Flashman-centric folder, and it didn't take nearly as much time as it would have had I tried to do something similar with Battle Network 5, in terms of like getting a solid deck put together.
Yeah, I mean, my only thing about... Well, okay, I guess it's funny that we've gotten this far without me really addressing it. I'm not a big card game guy. So, like, as a kid in particular, I wasn't, like, super into that side of the combat. It was still weirdly fun to me at the same time. But that's a big reason why, like, 1 and 2, like, I just did not want to go back to them because they didn't have anything for me to fall back on. Like, I thought that 3's style change thing was weird and Okay, I don't like 3's style change system. If I had to talk about problems of 3...
I'm going to be real with you. That is the one exception I will make to grinding in a Battle Network game. I do enjoy the concept of being able to switch out the very fundamental like aspects of Mega Man, as opposed to having a temporary shift in his abilities for like 3 turns. Or 1 turn if you're using Chaos Unison.
Yeah, but I guess I'm saying, like, in terms of overall content and things you can, like, do in the game, and, like, sure, the chip selection's not, like, great, but, like, it has most of the mechanics that work and then some, and, like you said, like, multiple playable characters in at least those given instances. Like, I think all of that is really freaking cool. And 3 is, like, is the pinnacle of, like, pre-Battle Network 4 Battle Network, but
I'd argue that 3 had probably the best flow to it, in my opinion, because Battle Network 5, for me, it sort of grinded to a halt when I was getting to the post-game, because,
I guess I never bothered much with the post-game in any of these games, so...
Yeah, I much prefer the... Battle Network 3 is the closest I've gotten to completing a Battle Network game, if that makes any sense. If that puts things into perspective.
Okay. Yeah. But I think during the campaign itself, though, I think 5 is a better experience. But I guess that's a point.
Most certainly.
I don't know, Snivy, what's your take? I guess you're the tiebreaker here.
Wait, I don't think Snive's played Battle Network 5, has he?
Well, I mean, from what we've said, I guess.
Yeah, only play 1 to 3. So, like, I think it sounds good.
Okay, no, Snivy, I will say this, though, because this is also a big point of contention. Battle Network 5's the Liberation missions we brought up, it's like a strategy game at that point.
Don't you like Fire Emblem?
I do, but you're the one
yeah.
streaming 3 Houses tomorrow and not me.
Fair.
Let's see. But yeah, it's a very interesting departure from the usual Battle Network, setup.
Mhm.
Honestly, Battle Network 3 is still preferable to me because of just... I feel like there's a lot more density in terms of like the bosses you fight, which is always, the highlight of a Mega Man game, honestly. Because there's a lot more story in Battle Network 5 as opposed to actual gameplay.
I think I'm still going to be interested in it.
Yeah, it's a good game. There's no denying that.
Yeah. Okay, well,
I say we keep it where it is. That seems perfectly
yeah,
fair.
I mean, it's close enough. I'll say, like, in my opinion, just equal. In different ways, they balance each other out. Okay. Alright. So...
Battle Network 6.
Right. It was a good way to end it.
I wouldn't put it higher than B tier.
Yeah, it's a good way to end it.
I've beaten Falsar, and it's a game. It
Like-
sure is a Battle Network game.
I'll say this: it definitely, you could tell that the series was kind of like it went on long enough. It in like 6 needed to end it, and it ended it well. Not amazingly, enough that you'd be like, I'm good.
Like, competitively, this game has got a very active following, but in terms of like actual gameplay, it is not fun.
Well,
For the most
it's easy. It's really easy.
Oh yeah, definitely. The beast out mechanics destroy the game.
Yeah. No, so I think it's okay. Actually, comparing no, it's where was it's not those two.
I
Right
can't
there.
believe you're putting it below the racing game.
Okay.
Again, but that was savage.
Anyway, yeah. Actually, that's probably still better than. Okay.
That seems fair.
All right. So that's Battle Network.
Okay.
So
On to the games I have no idea about.
Star Force, I love this series.
all right, Snivy. I think you'll be happy about this, but you'll be like, "Whoa, dude." Okay. You'll be happy about this, but you'll give me a big fat whoa. Okay.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa!
Wait.
Okay. Actually, though, I don't know. It's. Here's my argument on this one. And this is more just my personal taste in the way that it's written. I think it actually is kind of clever in some ways compared to Battle Network, because
Right.
Battle.
Story-wise, and yes,
Yeah.
it has a really good story. I like the characters and how they developed throughout the game.
Oh yeah, because you feel for a lot of the bad guys too that you're going up against, because that's the main thing that separates Star Force 1 from Battle Network, is that Battle Network is like, it's the adventures of land, we're going around, we're fighting cybercrime, and I'm super cool, I got my like roller skate shoes and stuff, and like Geo in comparison is this emo mother like, but he's it's super emotional, and like he has an actual honest to god story arc, and he grows
wait.
into a different person.
Did you say that Geo is emo and that the story has a very emotional story arc? You do know what emo is short for, right?
Sure. Yeah, I know. It works. There you go. But yeah, so no, he has a story arc, and he gets to his point. He changes as a character, and it has this interesting motif where like it's the first time a series called Mega Man has a main character that is effectively a superhero. I just want to lay that on the table.
I mean, fair enough.
Okay. Because that's the feel of it, kind of. Like, it's almost... Geo's kind of...
If you think about it, the Mega Man ZX series basically had them as Power Rangers, so...
Yeah, but my main point here is that Geo is... Honestly, is almost like a Spider-Man kind of a character in some ways. Like in the sense that he has his normal high school life, and he has a secret identity, and he doesn't want his friends to know. And, you know, he goes through, like... In that sense, it has the story beats, but it's kind of, like, fun and quirky,
Curious,
and it's still...
Does he equip a black version of his current suit and go tap dancing off somewhere?
Someone just make that edit of Geo in that scene. That'd be fantastic.
Actually, I'm pretty sure, considering like the concept art we saw for the canceled Star Force 4, they were probably gonna go somewhere like in that more darker, you know, situation.
Is there a petition for that?
So
bring it back.
What, Geocellar's tapped it? Star Force 4.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wait, again, roll back real quick. What was that game you just moved into ST? Why did you move? Wait, is that Star Force 2?
No, those are all
That's
Star Force 1. He has three versions. It's 3 versions.
Just making sure.
Out of all the 3
all right.
versions, I think the best one is Pegasus, since you get Ice Pegasus form, and it's always awesome to freeze the bosses so you can do more damage to them.
Right. Okay.
So
Star
Force
Force 2.
Wait, I think it's... Wait, let me say some bad things about Star Force 1.
Okay.
Alright, bad things, the flaws. The dungeon gimmicks.
Oh.
The dungeon gimmicks. They heavily relied on...
Ooh, I remember that now. Ooh, I remember the bowl level now.
Yeah, so like the first level when you're going against like the first main of the first main dungeon, where like you have to use like these bowls so you can go on to the next side of the screen, and so you have to tap a part of the screen so you won't fall off, lose
and
HP.
it's actually pretty darn strict. If you're on an emulator,
really
God
strict.
help you. If you're on an emulator, God help you.
I see Genma menacingly hovering over them like his AT.
Snivy, when you bring that up, I gotta
bring up these bad moments too.
Okay. Let's be real here. All of the S tier games we have currently do have their fair share of flaws. So maybe it wouldn't hurt to keep them in S tier.
At least keep Pegasus there.
There's no difference.
I know. I just like the Pegasus form.
To be fair, why do we have blue version makes sense. Never mind.
Yeah.
Black,
okay.
Quote unquote.
We're not Japanese.
All right. So, Star Force 2. Snivy, let's let Snivy talk about it for a bit before I tear it a new hole.
I like Star Force 2. I mean, it's I like how they changed it up with the battle cards are different now since they're based off older forms. Well, like, you know, like it's more based on ancient civilization talk more than outer space.
The Moo.
The Moo. They introduced your rival character Rogue, who I do like.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I literally gave up on him like right as I got to that first fight with him.
I do like the other forms in the game and how they can combine to different forms. And if you have all 3, you can go Tribe King. Gameplay wise, I do like it, but like since it's based more on the ancient civilization more than outer space than what I really liked in the first game, it still does have some flaws to it.
You mean to tell me Mega Man Star Force does not have to do completely with stars or force?
No, I mean, it still does in a sense.
It's just kind of weird. So here's the other thing about the game. All right, so let's talk about some of the concepts, like because when I was watching Snive's playthrough, and I went and looked up like a Wikipedia thing. You know, there's a really interesting commentary buried in this game, but it doesn't. But it's aimed at the wrong audience to do anything with it. So,
Do one.
So essentially, in this game, they have a universe where literally friendship is power. Like, it gives you status. You have these like
the brother band.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
yes.
the brother band.
It is a universe.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So this is an actually kind of interesting concept. Literally, friendship is power. And here's the thing: you could do things with that. Because let's say you're someone that doesn't have friends. You now effectively have this part of society where it's like you can't function. Like I think someone said something, or was it Snive was talking to an NPC and one person wouldn't let you join a club or something because he didn't have enough brother band points or something.
Yeah, because your brother band power isn't high enough. You don't have enough friends, my guy.
And the other thing with it as well is that like Rogue's whole character is about like throwing away that side of him and stuff, and like even that like alt form you can get has that element to it. Like, and it again, it's kind of almost interesting concept, but it's kind of wasted on Mega Man. Cause, yeah, even though there was a character, cause she was talking about, like, something, like her brother or her husband or something died in a war, like that was a villain, and then, she grew, I don't remember the details, I haven't watched you Let's Play in a while, but there was something there that I was like...
that was the main villain.
And you could have, like, salvaged something actually kind of really interesting out of her, but they didn't. So there's a lot of missed opportunity in that department, but most of the game actually spends itself almost like redoing what they did the last time. So like Geo, he's not as emo as the first one, but they gave him an emo arc again. Like at some point, like, because there's like a scene where he has like a small argument and then he just like starts dumping everyone again out of nowhere. And then he gets back to normal. It's just kind of like repeating story beats. Yeah, Raja says, does this mean high schoolers with 100 Facebook friends are the most powerful beings in that universe? You know, probably.
Yes, definitely.
So, yeah, it's really interesting. But again, it doesn't really do a whole lot with it. And the gameplay is probably the better part of it compared to the first one, but it's just as flawed as, well, I mean, it doesn't have the touchscreen gimmicks like the first one, I guess. And
it doesn't.
And actually, a huge story downgrade for this game compared to the first one is, because when I was talking about the first one of the things that was so cool about it is that the bad guys you fought, your bosses, were actual characters. Like, you had these alien dudes that attached to them and manipulated like the more negative aspects of their personality, but you got to know them as regular people before that part happened, as opposed to Star Force 2. They almost revert back to Battle Network, where they're just bad dudes working for some organization with no redeeming qualities whatsoever. So yeah, in terms of being disappointing, it's gotta be at highest B, but I want to put it C. What do you say, Snivy?
Low B.
Okay.
Higher than the racing game, though.
Okay. So.
No, I think it's fair to make Mega Man Battle and Chase higher than Star Force 2, in my arrogant opinion.
Okay. So
Star Force 3, I do know some things about Star Force 3. Well,
okay.
a big improvement I do love about Star Force 3 is that you can transform anywhere you want. In the first two games, you had to like find like a wave ball, a specific part where you can transform.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah. In Star Force
that's
3,
cool.
You can do it anywhere you want.
Oh, that's so much better.
I mean, hey, it's like Mega Man's now a household name among the people, and he no longer needs to hide his identity or anything. Or something along those lines. I'm just guessing.
And in 3, there are English voice lines now.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Something
okay.
for me to mute.
Yeah, and another mechanic that I like in Star Force 3 that I know about is the noise forms. Basically,
Oh yeah, that looked really cool.
the game is about noise in a sense.
Yeah.
How noise can cause harm in the world and in devices.
Okay, I guess to add some context for people, and this is just a weird world thing, but everything is, well, technology is run by EM waves in Star Force. Okay.
For some reason, radio is the future of this game.
I guess.
We've evolved from the internet to radio.
So yeah, later in the game where you can get your transformation of Black Ace or Red Joker,
Yeah.
there's a bar or like a percent meter on the top right of the screen where like how much noise is in the field. So like when you're just fighting viruses.
Are we, Genma?
So like when you're
frick yeah.
or when you're
Of course you would.
When you're fighting viruses or bosses, the noise meter can change, and when it reaches a certain point, that's when you transform. But there's also multiple different forms in this game. Depending on which version, you can also change your form based on previous bosses in the series.
Neat.
Yeah,
So-
a lot of the old characters, well, not a lot, but a good amount of the characters do return from the first game in the third one.
So, since we don't really know much, since we haven't really played this game between the three of us, where should we put it?
Man,
It
this one's
sounds
We can't
better
put
than
it-
2.
It's-
It
it's-
sounds
we
better
can't
than
put
2.
it-
It's great.
You can't put an S tier. So
I
yeah,
know.
although
Give it an
And it sounds better than 6. Battle Network 6, I mean.
unfortunately nothing is better than the racing game except for these other fine entries.
A. I
Oh.
mean, can it go an A?
I want to. Well, we haven't played it, so we can't
I
know
know,
for
but
sure.
like those features sound so much fun and better.
I'm
I've heard
gonna.
if it's worth anything, I've heard
All right,
from
Here,
from
Snivy, this is what I'm giving you. Better than Battle
I've heard
Network
from a few
1.
sources. I've heard from a few sources. It's the best in the Star Force series, honestly,
Okay.
which is interesting. But so yeah, let's just leave it at that since we haven't really got a conclusive answer for
Right.
that though.
So, okay. Yeah, so
I feel like
I'll
we're forgetting something.
S tier, baby! Heck yeah!
Wait, Genma. I've got a counter argument for you. Okay, so Genma, question: are you familiar with the Robot Master Top Man?
Yes.
He is a top tier character in this game.
Frick yeah! Woo!
What?
Look,
This had the negative consequence.
look, man. You know what that joke scored you?
I swear to God, if you make a soccer pun right here, right
Go! Thank you guys for tuning into the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed.
I will never forgive you.
If you guys enjoyed this tier list, you can check out my friends StudiosN and Snivy Cyndaquil. Do you guys have any closing thoughts on this amazing tier list?
I want to play some Mega Man games now.
You're getting meteors through your roof later tonight, Genma. I hope you know that.
Activate the media server.
See, Snivy's got the right idea.
It's okay. I just have to fight some guy named Duo, I guess. So we're good.
Name a more iconic duo.
Oh wait, yeah.
He gets what I'm saying now. All right. Anyway,
Wait, which
thank you
duo?
guys for tuning in. I'll see you later. Bye.
Ciao.